It is time for Music Monday, and I have a man over here to my right that I have gotten to know very well over the past year and close to 2 months, I would say. We got Dale D'Amore here. You know him from Guitar Army. You know him from his solo stuff. He was also in a band called The Spies. I'm looking at a couple of their records right here. He was so kind enough to bring them in. How cool is this? So we're going to talk all about Dale's solo stuff. We'll talk a little Guitar Army as well, but we're going to go early here with The Spies and learn all about them. Some of you listeners out there may remember them from the late 70s going right into the early 80s. The big scene that they were in with the Windsor music scene and the punk movement and whatnot. They were huge. I've heard of the Spies ever since I've really got to know Dale and Mike and Tim and Wayne as well. Members of Guitar Army join their Facebook group, the new post-punk movement, whatever it's called. It's great, and you see all this stuff, and you got to learn about the history of the Windsor punk scene, and it's great. So Dale's so kind enough to join us here on St. Patrick's Day of all days. Dale, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm great, man. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for taking the time out of your day. You gonna grab some drinks later, I guess?
Something green later.
Something green later,
sure.
yeah.
I'm going to stop by and see Kevin Shannon down at the D8.
Yeah,
so
the
we'll be
Dominion
having
House.
a couple pints together.
Very nice. I'm sure you've played there many times over your life at DH. Yeah. Did you ever play there with the Spies?
No.
Never. Okay, that's totally fine. Yeah. Let's learn a little bit about the Spies here. So you brought me in a couple of albums here. These two are both different?
Yeah, so one's a 45 vinyl record. Came out in 1980.
It's so cool. It's got it's
classic.
It's looking at the album cover here. We'll have to post a photo of it on our social media or something. It's very unique. Do you remember any of these shows that are on?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where were they at?
The main picture's in Detroit at the Red Carpet Lounge. One's at the Drop-In. And one's probably at Emmanuel's, which was downtown. Long gone place.
Long gone?
Yeah.
Way before my time, unfortunately.
Oh, for sure. That whole record's before your time.
So punk music, obviously, big influence on your life. And these guys, too, you know. How did you, because obviously they were into punk music, how did you come up with this band? Did you know these guys previously, or kind of like, getting into a local paper and seeing, okay, there's an ad out to join a punk band? Is that how it...
You almost got it all together there.
Oh, whoa.
So Frank Carloni and myself, the singer Frank, were good friends. Coma Joe, the bass player, and I were good friends in high school. I stood up at his wedding and so on and so forth. So we were friends. We were all kind of writing songs, but we needed a drummer. And Mike Forte was my friend at the time, it still is my friend, sent me a message that someone's looking for a band. A punk drummer is looking for a band. So I went down there and met this guy. Ended up being Dave O'Gorman, who was our drummer. Amazing drummer, super punk. We put this band together, and it went good for about 8 months. We played it almost everywhere and made the record. The record, I was so glad we did that.
It's so cool. You just, like I said, you don't see this anymore. Different times. I love it. I miss when, album covers had this personality.
Yeah, something to hold on to and look at,
I miss it. We need to bring that back. The Spies, who come up with that name? Team group or one guy?
No, I think Frank came up with that.
I love it. And you guys, sadly, will never get back together again, right?
No, I don't think we'll have a chance. Frank and I played once in a while together.
Yeah.
Frank does some shows with us. But as far as a full band, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. Let's play a couple of you guys' songs. Sure. So you got Underground, that's one of them. Take me through that one.
Underground, I wrote. It's kind of sign of the times. Just the band was underground. Everything we were doing was underground. A lot of anger and frustration in that song. Some of it maybe going towards our manager and our company. But anyway.
That's rock and roll right there.
Definitely, yeah.
So you wrote this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Well, you're a great songwriter as well.
You.
Very good singer and great guitar player. So I'm excited to hear this. Are you singing on this one too?
Frank's singing it. I'm playing guitar. Joe's playing bass, and Dave O'Gorman's on drums.
Alrighty. Well, without further ado, here's the Spies, Underground on the Berg.
Yeah, definitely influence, yeah.
I like that a lot. I'm looking at the record here off air with you, and I'm like, oh, it says it was recorded at Salem Studios. Like, where is that at? I'm thinking, is this in Massachusetts somewhere? You got a great story about this.
I think it was in Kingville. I can't recall, but it was an old church. And I remember we went in to record, and we didn't know what we were doing. We had no clue. We were like 19, 20 years old. And this producer guy, or the engineer there, his name was Terry, he was a little bit uptight with us. Like, we were goofing around, and we were drinking beers and having fun. And he was asking me all kinds of questions, and I'm just making jokes. So I don't know how to answer these technical questions, right? And so we record, and he starts mixing down. All of a sudden, he gets up, he stands up, and he walks out, shakes his hands, walks out of the studio, left us there. So the owner comes in and goes, I'm sorry, Terry quit. I don't know what we did to make him quit. And the owner finished doing the mix down for us.
So he did a good job then. He was able to get it done, right?
Yeah. But we called him Terry, I'm leaving. His name's on the record, too.
Terry, I'm leaving.
Because he walked up and just left.
Wow. So you don't hear that happening very often, but another rock and roll story right there. Do you inspire any songs that you put out, even if not with the Spies, but any?
Terry? Oh, no.
Just I had to ask. You never know.
He was leaving and he was gone.
Oh man. So you got another song on here, Machine Shop. Take me through this one now.
So Joe wrote that, Coma Joe. He was working in a machine shop, and I think he was out west when he wrote this. And we did it when he came back from out west.
It's a very fitting song for this area. A lot of people work in machine shops. So I'm excited to hear this one as well. Underground and machine shop, do you know how long the process was? How long it took to write the song and then record it, all done fairly soon?
For me, the writing was quick. It happened real quick, maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Wow.
Had it written. And but the recording, we were just there a few hours. I mean, we had more... We were longer because the engineer took off on us, but
well,
we didn't have to pay for that time.
That's a bonus right there. Well, without further ado, another great song coming up. We got Machine Shop, The Spies on the Berg. Oh yeah, Machine Shop, The Spies. Very fast-paced song. Starts off slow, jazzy, as you put it earlier. Yeah. Whose idea was that?
That was Joe. Joe wrote that song from beginning to end.
I love it. That's a nice bass line at the beginning. Taking it for a walk, jazz style.
Yeah, that was it.
So how long after this was put out did you guys break up? Like, I think you said 8 months?
We were broke up before the record even came out.
Before the record even come out.
So we were together about 8 or 9 months. The record comes out, and the band was done. We did have a couple reunions. We had that reunion in 95, and an album came out on Incognito Records out of Germany. From there, and I got the CD there I showed you.
Yeah.
But it's actually out on vinyl as well, big 12-inch vinyl.
You brought me a nice 45 and then a nice CD today. Yeah. Germany, how did that come about?
No idea. I don't know how the Spies ever got to Germany, but I came home one day. I was on vacation. I came home and the phone's ringing, and I pick up the phone. It's this guy from Germany. I'm like, yeah, really, I didn't believe him. And he sends me an email, and he has this record company in Germany and put it out. So it's pretty cool.
So you had a big reunion show in 95 there, and you played another one, you said, as well. You still pretty close with every single member? Obviously you and Frank are, but everybody?
Yeah, I see them all. I went into all the guys. Actually, I went to Cuba a little while ago, and I ran into the drummer on the plane. We haven't seen each other in 3-4 years, so yeah.
They all still in the Windsor, Essex area?
Well, Frank's in Mississauga, but other than that, but he comes down all the time, so.
I didn't even know that. I thought he still lived here.
Yeah, he's always here.
Great. No, very cool stuff. And then Guitar Army, we're moving up a little bit here. When was Guitar Army formed? Like the mid to kind of late-ish?
1997.
97, so that mid spot between the mid-90s and the late 90s. Yeah. You and Mike obviously go way back. Mm-hmm. Who were the two other members?
So Pat Sprague, who passed away.
Yes.
And Dave Garrett, Wayne Bracewell were the drummers in and out. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. That's the guys. We had a couple. Glenn Berger played with us for a little bit. Sometime when Dave was sick or something, we had Glenn playing with us. But Guitar Army for life. That's my motto.
Pat, Dave, and Wayne. How did you meet them?
Pat, I grew up with him. High school, he was older than me, but I always looked up to him as a guitar player. He played with my brother for many years. So we formed Guitar Army together. And then Wayne, I've known from music for many, many years. Wayne's a great guy, great drummer. Mike Forte, been friends forever. So that's how all that came together.
And Guitar Army, like Elad's Guitar Army, like huge success right away, or did it kind of take a little bit to get off the ground?
Oh, it took a while to get off the ground. We were just doing originals at first, just playing the loop and here and there wherever we could, Detroit. Then we started doing more covers, so we played more. And the band advanced. We played even Las Vegas. I mean,
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
The D, right?
Yeah, the D.
Yeah.
Was, yeah.
I'm surprised it took a little bit to get going, especially the history that you had yourself, right? Like people knew you as Elad, whatnot. So I'm surprised when they heard you got a new band, it just wasn't huge right away like it is today.
Yeah, it was a struggle. But
Really?
well, I mean, it was a good struggle. We had a great time putting it together and building it up and getting it to where, to its peak, and now we're just kind of riding it out.
What do you think was the difference between the Spies and Guitar Army?
Oh, wow, good question. Well, Spies were real raw, real quick, and more original. Everything was original. We did maybe 3 covers, where Guitar Army now, and Guitar Army, everyone had their input too. I write a song, let everybody get their input into it, so more of a team effort, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And you have released an album with Guitar Army. What year did that album come out?
Oh, a bunch of them. 1999, I think, was the first one.
First one, and then
2000 was the second, and then Going to Detroit was 2014, I believe.
That's that old, that album? Yeah. I thought that was even newer.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a great album.
Thank you. Yeah.
Whenever I see you guys, I love it when you play Drop the Gloves. That song's so good live. I love listening to that one. But we're going to talk about a different one. Welcome to the Party. You guys do that one. I think I've seen you do that one once live.
We don't play it too often.
Yeah, that one, you really enjoy it when you do play it. It's more, it's like a treasure for me. Take me... Obviously, it's in the title, Welcome to the Party. What's the story behind that one? Was there a party sometime that you had to write about? It was that good?
There's many parties I don't remember, so I just kind of made this one up. No, it just kind of came together. I think I put it together in the studio, actually. Had the music going and just wrote the words as I was going in the studio. But it's just a party song, and we're a party band, so
love it. I love it. Well, without further ado, here's Guitar Army with Welcome to the Party on the Berg. Well, that is Guitar Army, and I love Guitar Army. They don't play that one very often, but Welcome to the Party, great song. And who knows when it was the inspiration came, because you've been to a lot of parties, like you said before the break there, and some of them you remember, some of them you don't, but it's great. Play it more. I love it.
Thanks. I hope too.
But yeah, I mean... Guitar Army, we're going through like your life right here. You starting out with the Spies, moving on to Guitar Army, which you still do today, and then obviously you got the solo stuff too. Do you ever stop, look back, and just go, "Wow, like I've done a lot"?
I have today, yeah. I actually have a band in between there, Too Much Too Soon in Toronto. We put out a record too, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it. Do you ever plan to stop one day when your fingers can't play anymore? Is that
for life?
No, for life.
Play till I drop. Have too much fun.
Yeah, you're telling me too off air, which is very kind of you. The local music hour. You listen to it.
Yeah, I listened to it last few weeks, and I was really surprised how much great music there is around this area. We're really lucky. We probably don't take it for granted. That there's so much good music. I mean, we got great. Sports teams here in this area. Wrestling, my family's a big professional wrestling family, and we've got that going on. We're lucky to be in this area for sure. Yeah,
it's before my time, but growing up, like my dad, that generation, you guys got like the best of both worlds. You got some stuff coming from Canada, you got some stuff coming from America, but Detroit was booming with Motown too.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't imagine growing up. I'm trying to imagine myself 20, 15, somewhere in there, just growing up in like the late 60s and hearing everything. I mean, what was it like for you, I
think back now, I mean, I used to slip over to Detroit. I was like 14 years old. You didn't have to have a passport or anything like that. I went and seen Kiss when I was 14 in Detroit. Like,
wow.
I don't know if my parents knew I was there. That's another story, but Yeah, I had an older brother, so that kind of helped, right?
Yeah.
Took us to the shows and watched out for us. He was tough and helped us out, you know.
Kiss, they're great. Did you see him at Cobo?
No, I saw him, I did see him at Cobo. I also saw him at Michigan Palace. It was the first time I saw him, which is long gone now.
Okay.
And Rush opened up for him. I've never heard Rush before.
Yeah, that's what they say.
This
Kiss was
was
one of the ones that got them going.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
hung around together a lot. I
Yeah.
read Geddy Lee's book, and he talks a lot about Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I think Gene Simmons thought they were like Canadian Zeppelin, basically.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
Basically to him, so he saw something with
Yeah.
them. But going through your life, looking at everything here, which is crazy how much you've done. When did the solo stuff start?
Probably, I don't know. Because I did a solo album in 2010, Coming In With Sugar, Leaving Here With Honey, it was called. And I had some good songs, I thought, on there. But it's it's out of print and everything. So I was recording songs since then, about 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to work with different people, you know. So I worked with Glenn Berger on up-and-coming song you're going to hear. With Derek Impins, his name, Derek Wilson, he calls himself. Great producer. He's with the Bishop Boys. He played drums on a couple of the songs with me and recorded some. So just working different people.
Mm-hmm. And this song, Thinking of You, as always, take me through that one. Is this someone special in your life? Or?
This is about probably my whole family. It's about
that's
everyone.
nice.
Yeah. I just came home one day and it just came out. Everything. I just picked up the guitar and it just happened. So to me, it was a beauty for me.
It is. Well, we're going to get to hear this beauty right now. Here's Dale D'Amore with Thinking of You on the Berg. That is a really nice song. Thinking of you, Dale D'Amore. As we wrap up this interview, Dale, can we expect anything from you solo and Guitar Army in the near future?
Guitar Army will continue to play, and we'll probably record something in the future. Me, I plan to put out all these recordings I've been doing probably in May, I hope, to have that out. And that's about it. We're going to be playing around town. Guitar Army is going to be at... what's it called? Average Joe's on the 29th of
Great
March.
place.
And the Knockouts will be at Riverside Sportsman on the 22nd of March, this Saturday. I just want to say shout out to all my musicians out there, Ron Leary and Mike Forte, Wayne Bracewell, Tim Garrett, Mitch Perkins. I could go on forever.
You could, yeah. And the fans too.
And all the people that support us. I got to be so thankful to them. Without them, we wouldn't be playing. I mean, without guys like you coming out, singing with us once in a while. We like that.
Too kind.
It's our pleasure.
But yeah, you have a great following. Everybody, I got to come out to a Knockout show. That's the only one that I haven't been at yet.
We're working on getting a fourth member. We got to come out when we get our fourth member.
Well,
that'll be a little more exciting.
That's the fairly new band, the Knockouts, as well. So follow that group on Facebook for notifications, updates. Let me pull that up, the proper name of this punk group in Windsor here.
And you go on Spotify and all that, get Guitar Army, The Spies, all that stuff's available.
If anybody out there is interested, Windsor Punk New Wave Alternative Past Present. Gives you updates of everything, a little history too, The Spies, other punk bands, whatnot, everything that's going on, or Official Guitar Army as well on Facebook. See everything. Mike's very active in the posting. Even Dale is as well. Dale, this has been phenomenal. It's always such a great time with you. Everybody from Guitar Army as well. Cool. Look forward to seeing you very soon, my friend. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me. It was great.
Got the green on too for St. Patrick's Day.
Going for some beers.
All righty. Cheers, Dale.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.